Well, hello again. Welcome back to the Who Crew Uncensored. We got our episode number 2 this evening. We gave you guys back-to-back episodes now. We did our premiere, of course, last night or yesterday sometime, depending on wherever you are geographically on the planet. But here we are with episode number 2, and our first episode went over like gangbusters. We appreciate all the views, the likes. And I'm sure it was a bit of a controversial episode, and as was to be expected. And we are very pleased to hear about the turnout, or to see the turnout that came out to watch it. And again, we appreciate all the views, and we've actually heard from a lot of people that viewed it, and we're very nice about their agreement with a lot of the things that were said and discussed in that episode regarding a particular individual that we were discussing. And that's really good to hear that solidarity. I appreciate that. I mean, I can say for myself, I've heard from a lot of people today personally that that gave their understanding and agreement with a lot of things that was said during that cast. But this is going to be Connor and David tonight talking about some things. They wanted to discuss some things. Apparently, that transpired today that they discussed with me, made me aware of. I haven't actually been involved in any of this stuff today, but I understand that some things went down individually on Connor and David regarding our old pal, the fake host, again. So I guess you guys, the floor is for you, and I guess we'll start with Connor. What do you got to say, buddy? What's going on?
Yeah, so obviously we did the show last night. It was a huge success. Again, as Mike said, thank you for all the views and the likes and stuff. We obviously shared it around quite a few places, the video. We haven't heard any feedback, so to speak, apart from, of course, a few messages from the fake host himself.
Now, let me ask you something. You said these messages. I actually got kind of a bit of a lengthy several messages, like earlier this morning, and I think it was regarding some of the dialogue that the person and I had, like, I guess earlier last evening. But are you talking about that this person actually, this individual, contacted you, like, personally, Connor?
Yes.
Or they left a message, like, in a group chat or something? This isn't the case, right? Like, they actually contacted you specifically.
They
Connor.
contacted me on an individual hangout on Google Plus.
Okay.
Away from the group chat that we're a part of.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So what was that?
The fake host seemed to imply that, in a rather threatening manner, that I was done and I had broken the law.
Is that a quote? Do I take that as a quote?
Yeah.
That you're saying that, so he said that you are done and you broke the law.
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
I've got to say, first and foremost, I don't think I've ever laughed so much at a message in my life. I mean, that's seriously the funniest thing I've received in quite a while, so I have to thank Fake Host for that. That was quite a laugh. Obviously, I've got to reiterate, anything that I said last night was not slanderous at all. It was 100% truth. And whatever fake host or even the director of the cast thinks, it was never slanderous. Everything can be proven. Everything happened. It's not a lie. That's that, really. So.
Well, now there were a couple of things that you said, but you did say allegedly. And
allegedly, yeah. Well,
you said that we all of us in this whole community kid around with each other about things. So, there's going to be, like, hints of things of people, like, making humor of stuff and joking around. And, like I said last night, we're all kind of brotherly in a way to where we all kind of fuck with each other. And we don't whine about it like pussies and threaten to take down people's videos or channels like I've actually observed fake hosts do with people before, because he's got sour grapes. Because, you know, when he actually gets called out in the community for behavior that he fully well knows that he does, then that's his go-to move. It's like a baby with a rattler or a pacifier. They go right to that toy and start sucking on it because it's childish. You know, they can't actually deal with the material that's actually being discussed. So what they have to do is they have to run off and go, well, wait. You know, there was something that was said, and I'm gonna like have your channel taken down. And boy, that's real. I mean, how old is this person? Like, they're believe it or not, folks, they're not like 10 years old. This person's like a grown adult, like around my age. I mean, how sad and pathetic that is that somebody, I mean, really, is their YouTube world really like that important to them? Like, as a personal identity, that they gotta like be like, oh, I'm gonna call this 18-year-old kid and I'm gonna tell Connor, this 18-year-old kid, oh, I'm gonna do this and make fun of your anxiety issues, which he clearly has done in Google Chats before. He's actually said some really horrifying things about you, Connor, personally.
Yeah.
Bullying you, did he not?
Yeah, he did, and you know, like I said last night, and I'm sure Mike can attest to this. Yeah, there was one particular thing that always sticks out in the memory when we're talking about fake hosts going for people, is that voicemail that he sent you, Mike, about me after I exposed an otherwise petty plan.
Yeah.
To ring an individual school about their behavior on the internet.
Yes, and I actually, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to like play, even though someone, when they call somebody on the phone and leave a voicemail, they are basically agreeing to the fact that they understand that their voice is being recorded on your phone because it's a damn voicemail. But I'm not going to play that on the air for people to hear. But needless to say, I will tell you, Connor has actually heard this voicemail, and this person, you know, how dare they try and feign like there's, oh my God, you know, these people have said such horrible things about me. Motherfucker, do you even pay attention to like how many times you have said the worst shit? And we're gonna get into this because David's got some stuff to say, I'm sure. But I mean, you know, I personally have actually witnessed and heard you, just for example, talking shit about Connor. And you were saying stuff about this kid is mentally unstable. What the fuck is wrong with this kid? It's like he's crazy or something. And like making fun of Connor. Connor, from what I understand, Connor, and correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understand, that I believe that we've discussed that you've had an issue with anxiety in the past.
It's a, you know, I don't have any problem dispelling this information. It's a past problem now. It's not there anymore, which is good because now the fake host can't go after that. It doesn't have any credibility anymore. But
much like him, by the way, if I can crowbar in a joke there.
yeah. But yeah, it was an issue at the time. I mean, it doesn't matter how big an issue or how small an issue it was, but it was still an issue nonetheless.
Well, need we remind this particular person, as well as like all the listeners out there, and just so that it's on record, this person has said like really, really bad shit about Connor's character, and Connor's anxiety issue in a public chat group for like, this public chat group we're talking about, there was about 100 people, give or take, on any particular given week. So this person actually was, if you want to use the term bullying, or if you want to use the term talking shit, or making somebody look bad in public, or
character assassinating,
if you want to use that term, this person has done this, and it's documented in the group chat. It's there for anyone to go back and see. All someone has to do is scroll back and look at it. And, I mean, I'm a man. Personally, I don't fucking care, because everyone knows that this person's like such a joke in this community, and I am so far their superior that, on every level I'm their superior, that this doesn't even come to even touch anywhere in my stratosphere of things with this douchebag. But they've actually, like, sent me some messages, and I just laugh at them. I got a message earlier, and I'm just going to say this, and we're going to move on with Connor and David, but I wanted to touch upon one thing I got today. I thought I was going to fall on the floor laughing, because I had to stop myself, because it really cracked me the fuck up. And I want to thank you for sending this message, because it really shows me how truly fucked up you are in the head, and how fucking hilarious you are at the same time. I had a message, and somewhere in this, like, hodgepodge of, like mental decrepitude in this message, there was a line that said that they demanded that I apologize to them right away. And that carried me through my day today with laughter, is really all I can say about that, because no one takes you seriously. You're a fucking idiot. That's one of the many adjectives that can be used for, I mean, idiot, moron, user, liar, manipulator. They're all applicable. So, but anyways, I digress. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mention, actually, after all of the messages were sent today, where fake host claimed I broke the law and that I am now done, I actually did send him a message saying that he must cease and desist any communication with me henceforth, or else it will be harassment or even possibly stalking. So
you didn't try and communicate with that person directly. They contacted you directly. Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just for documentation, just for purposes of documentation, I'm saying it now. That message has been sent. I can prove the message. Not that I have to, because I'm pretty sure that.
No. But save it.
Yeah. So yeah, just for documentation purposes, a message has been sent claiming that the fake host should cease and desist.
That basically making him have to, not be able to, like, bullshit, or this person, like, it's basically like forcing them to, like, have to make some sort of, like, complete, like, leap in logic and bullshit to try and claim that, oh, well, I never did that, because you actually have the text itself from their making that they sent to you. So
I'm actually being sent a message from a particular person that wants to join.
I don't know. Can you send me a text on my phone and let me know who that person is?
Yeah.
Okay. But in the meantime, keep going on talking, if you would.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, the message had been sent to Faker saying, cease and desist, and that was basically the end of the conversation. I believe he's now blocked me, so that's an end to that. But I just had to laugh at the law-breaking accusation. It was very, very funny.
Okay. Was that, like, what you needed to say, or?
That's basically it, because that's all that occurred today, really.
Okay. Well, I understand David's got, like, a heaping pile of stuff to hit us with what happened today.
All right. So obviously, I don't know why I was still subscribed to the Real Warfest cast, and I'll call it that now, because going in, I was watching a supposed breakdown of the posters they had for Star Wars Episode 7. And anyone who knows me knows I am the biggest Star Wars fan that they've ever seen. I know pretty much everything about the expanded universe. I know what's canon, what's not. And the sheer amount of stupidity that I saw from the people in that cast, moreover, I'm referring to 3 individuals, but I'm not going to name them. These are 3 people who clearly do not know what the hell they were talking about when it came to Star Wars, so I need to leave that comment. And I received a message from the fake host, and I will actually read that message to you. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Well, and be sure when you're reading it that any names that may be in there that happen to be like peripheral people that happen to be on that show, let's be sure that we respect them by remaining anonymous as far as those individuals by name.
Of course. Okay. He wrote. This is what he wrote. Just so you know, I'm with blank. Not gonna say his name.
Right.
And we have no idea what you are lying about in Who Crew Uncensored. And you and your channel will be linked to the hatred, especially when YouTube takes it down for bullying. You will be one of the 3 bullies forever, Darth Cinema. You have misdirected hatred for no reason. People are allowed to disagree, but you don't see that for some reason. You shut people out of your life connected to me for no reason. Again, when all is said and done, you lied. I don't give introductions in an off-air. You don't read articles in an off-air. You see the live sign or not, you lied through your teeth, and you look like the biggest idiot. I scrapped the cast, but you wasted my time, and I got another person to do those articles. Nobody is forced in a show. You can leave any time, but you allowed yourself to be manipulated. I asked, he made a typo here. Ask around. You will see they bashed Gloria, the glorified director, every which way. Her weight, her faith, and you are okay with it. You sided with the bullies, and you will be forever linked to that hate show. If you lose opportunities because of your attack, it's your fault. That was your weakest moment. Good luck. So I have a message, just saying right off the gate. My problem is not with anyone connected to the real Borefest cast. It's not with anyone on the peripheral. My problem right now is with the fake host, and the fake host alone. So if he's listening, and I am sure he is, because like me, he is probably a narcissistic personality that needs to listen to anything that is concerned about him.
That sounded funny. Go ahead.
I know you're listening, but my problem's with you, not with the director, not with anyone else on your cast. The reason I don't talk to anyone else on your cast, they have never talked to me. In fact, the director was the last person I talked to from your cast, and to be honest, her and I have actually had a pretty good conversation with each other, saying how when you accepted the troll back into the Real Whovians cast, you have destroyed any hope that I would ever come back to that show.
David, real quick, let me cut you off for like one sentence real quick. Speaking of the alleged troll from way back in the day, I believe we all, well, I don't know. I think you may have an issue with him, but I'm saying this is not somebody who has an issue with him at all. I mean, I have never really had too much of a problem with the guy at all. I'm fine with the guy, but we've been contacted by somebody who's wanting to come in the cast right now, and this is a non-guest show tonight that we're doing. We're going to be having shows where we have guests on, and we will give you all the time in the world to come on, just not tonight. You can come on, you can talk about what we were talking about tonight or what we talked about last night. We'll be glad to sit here and give you a platform to talk about things. So fear not, worry not. Your time will be here where you will have center stage. You'll be able to get everything off your chest. Just not tonight, because we're having a non-guest show. So I hope you understand that. I appreciate your interest in the show. And go on, David.
So my problems with the fake host, and it's very clear right now that this is a very pathetic form of intimidation. That you are trying to scare me with threats of YouTube taking down my channel.
Yeah, and I mean, and what's that all about? Because if I may interject, for a moment, like, hold on a minute, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to like point out to people, and I want to ask you guys, Connor, David, like the listeners, what the fuck is going on in somebody's head where they're taking this shit so seriously that there's a disagreement within the community? Who the fuck is that childish and that that pathetic, basically, that they have to like threaten to take down somebody's like cast or their channel? But we know this is what this guy does. Yeah. Connor and I have had messages back when we were regulars on the cast, and actually friends of this guy, supporting him. This was back, by the way, need to remind the listener, dear listeners, that this was back when we actually had this guy's back, and every fucking single day, just like Connor pointed out on the cast last night, we would hear nonstop every single day how this guy was getting trolled, new troll pages, phone calls, all this shit that was going on, and we had to like deal with this shit. And it was like we were trying to give this guy advice and say, dude, ignore it. You know, don't worry about it. Whatever. If you got a problem with it, this motherfucker is so obsessed with shit and such an egomaniac that, I mean, that he okay, like David's got a video channel up. You know, Connor and I, we do this Who Crew thing as a gag. You know, it's fun. We have a good time on here. We're not like trying to, you know, say for example, win any Guinness World Record or anything with having fucking boring, useless material podcasts. You know, we're on here just having fun, having guests on eventually, very soon, and like, well, you know, what are you trying to say, Mike? Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, what? Ask yourselves this: what kind of grown person is actually that threatened by just people? We're not even like saying anybody's name. We're just talking about some ambiguous host of a show. Okay, we're not naming names. There's no name out there, and this motherfucker is so threatened. He's such a little cockroach, threatened like some little impotent little fucking pussy, that he has to fucking threaten to take somebody's channel down or their cast that they've done. I can tell you none of the three of us have ever done that with you, you fucking cunt. Because we actually, you know, we're guys. We don't, whatever we need to say, we're going to say it. We're blunt. But that's not your style, is it, my friend? What you do is you resort to fucking little cunt girl tactics, just like you did with me. And you know what I'm referring to. You know, we parted ways once before, the first time that we parted ways, and then you had to go in a comment section and divulge some information there that had nothing to do with the issue that you and I were having. There's no relation whatsoever to that. That was personal information that you put out there, and it was so bad that people that actually left your cast contacted me, and they even commented to you. Again, I'm not going to name names of these people out of respect for them, but, and you know who I'm talking about, they actually called you out on what a piece of shit you were for putting out there the information you did. And see, I wasn't mad about it. I was just course-correcting your ass and letting you know it's not in your best interest to have that floating out there, so you need to remove it. And you know what your ass did? Your ass took it down, and that was smart. So, anyways, go ahead, David.
The one thing I need to say to the fake host is why why a channel that literally doesn't, like, I usually, and in some warped perception, I can understand if it was like a rival Doctor Who channel, like this, like you've been known to go after before. But the channel, anyone who subscribed to my channel knows I do anime, I do web shows, I do reviews. I don't do Doctor Who on my channel. So anyone who thinks, like, why would you go? I only have 441 subscribers. It's a very small channel, so to be honest, this all seems like just a intimidation and bully tactic. So if you want to call me a bully, fake host, this is the pot calling the kettle black in the worst case. You call me a bully, and yeah, you're the one who's doing the bullying.
Yeah.
You want, and if he is still going to take down my channel for speaking my mind on this, two can play at that game. We can. I would never go after someone's channel, ever. And anyone else who is on the Real Borefest cast, anyone who's taken the time to have a conversation with me knows that I am the kindest person you will ever meet. What I didn't say to you guys was also I can be a very vindictive person if you screw me over. Ask the one person who's known me in high school who screwed me over. It didn't end well for him when he did. Because I may seem like a very nice guy, and I am a very nice guy, but betrayal is one thing I will not take sitting down. And what Fake Host did with this threat, I cannot take sitting down. So, to everyone else for the Real Borefest cast, and this goes to the director and everyone else, my problem's not with you. I did not insult any of you, except for a few people's knowledge of Star Wars, but to be honest, I'm a fanboy, so hey, what are you going to do?
Oh my god, David, you insulted people about Star Wars. Wow, I mean, you know, it's like they need to grow up, get the fuck over it if they're going to, like, get their little panties in a wad over the fact of some Star Wars shit. I mean...
Well, if you're going to report on it, if you're going to report on it, at least have a basic knowledge of what the hell you're talking about. So, it's basic reporting 101. Do your damn research. But I have no problem with anyone else on the cast. It's the Fake Host. So Fake Host is between you and me. You don't drag the director into this. You don't drag anyone else. So why don't we keep it that way? Okay? That's all I got to say on that one. The fact that this is happening, that my own channel, something that I've been working on for so long, is being threatened because of a disagreement, is both mind-blowingly idiotic and funny at the same time.
Oh, I got some news. I got some news.
What
Who Wars, Who Show? Who Wars, Who Show? Who Wars, Who Show? Who Wars, Who Show? We got some of our buddies at Who Wars that they wanted to come on tonight, and like I said earlier, I let them know. I was on my phone and letting them know that they wanted to come on and wanted to expose, I guess, like somebody in the community or have a discussion about somebody in the community. And I let them know that tonight was a guest-free show. It's just like the three of us talking. But they are very interested in coming on. And they are really, in fact, they're blowing my phone up right now, sending me messages telling me that they're very excited about coming on. And they wanted me to tell you hello, Connor.
Hello, Who Show.
Yes, Who Show. Who Show is fucking awesome. The
No
originators
hello for me? No hello for me?
Well,
I'm hurt, Who Show. You wound me. You wound me so.
well, I think they like you, David. They probably just have more interaction with Connor and I as far as like the fucking around, joking around with
They
people
probably,
and stuff like
They're probably looking at the computer going, yeah, Mike D, yeah, Connor, yeah, other guy we don't know.
Well, hey, you're one of the 3 originators of the Who Crew, so we're
Yeah.
we're like the main guys, the 3 Stooges, if you will. So we're like Larry, Moe, and Curly here. So
Does that
I'm
mean
sure there's gonna be a.
Does that mean
I'm sure.
Connor with a pie in the face?
Actually, I was going to say I can already see like a Photoshop of the 3 of us with the 3 Stooges now that I mentioned that. But
I can hear them.
actually, our friend over at the Who Show and / Who Wars has said hello to you, David Anderson, and he's a fan of yours as well.
Thank you.
But I believe, and I hope I'm not overstepping any bounds here, but I think I might be able to give a little spoiler of what's going to be on our next show, because we don't want to give all the attention to like the fake host, because we don't want to like blow his head up completely with his like egocentricness. So I think that we're going to have our first guest that's going to be on the next show, and I think we're going to be discussing the old troll, from what I've been told. So.
Interesting.
Our guest is wanting to have a discussion with the old troll, or about the old troll, and coincidentally, I think we might have been contacted by by differing sides of this, so actually it's quite interesting that we've heard from both of these people, and I guess we'll offer an extension to both of these people to come on, because obviously we want to have people on. We would have the fake host on tonight, but he's too chicken shit. I mean,
Right, so, I would love, no malice involved. I would actually like to have the fake host on, because I would like to have an actual debate, no insults, no threats, nothing. Just I want to have him there to try and defend himself for this. I would like honest sincerity. I would like there to be an honest debate between us. And while part of me honestly believes that he won't do it, I'm holding out some hope that there is some decency left in him, that he can actually do this. And if he doesn't, oh well, I'm not going to go beating him over the head trying to get him to do a debate with me or anyone else here on the Who Crew.
Well, I think that hell might freeze over before you actually get a apology or explanation in a debate, because as we've already established, the fake host, like he's kind of like one of the X-Men. He's got like a inherent mutant ability to be able to weasel out of any sort of problem that he's affiliated in and that originated with him. He's got like that mutant ability. So it's like a superpower, like a superhero. Because you're never going to get the guy. It's kind of like having a greased pig. You try and wrestle a greased pig, and that you grab onto the pig, you hold on to it, and try and tackle it down, and it just like squirms right out of your hands. So it's like Teflon; nothing sticks to it. It's one of those sort of things. But at the end of the day, it's not about trying to look for an apology from the fake host or convince him he's wrong, because that's never going to happen. I mean, you can show certain people the facts, and they'll be in denial, which clearly he is, about a lot of things, by the way.
Yeah.
So, like Connor said, I mean, this person, they never take the blame for anything. And, at a certain point, it's about, do you waste your energy trying to convince someone that they are in the wrong, or do you just recognize the game for what it is? And you go, you know what? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, or excuse me, fool me once, shame on you. Bleh. Mike fucked that up. Fool me twice, shame on me. So that's basically how you pin this motherfucker down, because that's pretty much how this person operates. And obviously, this person's MO, it's all about deny, 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 deflection, 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 master gamesmanship, and projecting. But they're really terrible at it, to somebody like myself who actually can spot it from a mile away. But they've been so, used to using that as a protection mechanism throughout their life. They're used to using that. And I would be very interested to, I've got my own thoughts about where this person developed this from, probably like a younger childhood sort of situation, but I probably could spend like about an hour actually giving you a personality profile of the fake host and why they are the way they are, why they feel the need to manipulate, bullshit, get attention, hey, notice me, all of that kind of stuff. And you know what? I don't expect that they're going to actually say, hey, you know what? You're right, I am fucked up. They're not going to do that. So what you do is you just notice things, you put two and two together, you observe, you profile the person, and you go, okay, well, they're fucked up. You know, in my opinion, whether it be this person or that person or whatever, that's what you do in life, is you assess the situation and you proceed ahead if you feel compelled to do so. But in the case of like all of us, we've decided, you know what? We know this person's full of shit. It's just not worth our time anymore. And we're done playing games. We've been thrown under the bus plenty of times. We've been used.
We've been disrespected too many times.
Yeah. And we've said some disrespectful things to this person, which is fine. But it's only been after this person's disrespected us. So.
Yeah.
And
literally,
it
works is we talk polite to this person. They slap us with a glove, so we just slap them with a brick. That's essentially what happened. You want to play rough? You want to play rough? We'll play rough. No holding back.
Well, the way I look at it is they're like a little girl at a birthday party. The fake host is like the little girl, by the way, in this analogy. The fake host is like a little girl, because I would never insult men by saying that the fake host has anything to do with being a man at all. That he's like a little girl at a birthday party, and he's got like his quote-unquote friends from school, his classmates, have come to the birthday party, and he's trying to act like he's everybody's buddy, but you find out at the birthday party that he's been talking shit about everyone behind their backs. And the last grade he was in, all of his friends left him. He would go out on the playground by himself, not have any friends around, because they all left him, because they know he's a fucking dick. And, you know, the bullies on the playground, you know, the only attention he would get would be that the bullies on the playground would come over and beat his ass for a little while.
Nobody likes me. This is horseshit. This is some crazy ass shit.
Okay.
You know it's true.
So, wow, okay, that kind of threw me off a little bit, but anyways, this person, I think they've had a very sad, something very sad's occurred that's really, I mean, I know of a lot of things because I've been close to this person for like quite a while, but it's not really my place to talk about such personal matters. But I really am starting to get a better understanding about why certain people have left this person's life, why there's drama in this person's life, why this person has had such a difficult time maintaining true friendships, not just saying the words, but actually having friends, real friends, like us, the three of us, very strong, solid buddies. Not just friends in name, like this person seems to have had on his cast. Me being one of them. I thought I was a friend. And apparently I just was really good at handling people, doing my job for this guy by being this guy's muscle and this guy's, I guess, henchman, so to speak, with holding off some of these losers in the other community. And then I turn around and find out, you know what? Mike's actually the dumbass. Mike's the one that thought that he was actually helping his friend. And then one day, you start a dialogue, you have a little bit of an issue, you butt heads with Fake Host, which happens with all of us. We all butt heads sometimes, but then you start to realize, like, this person's true colors, and you're like, wow, like, this is just, like, insane. Like, it's really crazy. And there's a part of me that really thinks that this person really doesn't understand how fucked up they are in the head. And I really think that they are used to being a professional victim. I think that's part of their psychosis, is that allegedly that their psychosis is that they have, like, equal part narcissism, equal part, like, ego, and equal part just needing attention. There was something that was lacking where they've needed attention, and they've learned, almost like a child learns, when they get their hands caught in the cookie jar, or in the lasagna pan, if you will, that they've been caught, and the parent goes, no, you're not supposed to eat the lasagna, don't eat the lasagna, and the young Fake Host somehow developed something where they go, you know what, I can lie, and it'll smooth things over, and I can act like, hey, oh, I wasn't doing anything. What are you talking about? We're good buddies, and blah, 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 blah. Somehow that's transitioned over into their adult life, where they do that, they put on a facade, they're like, hey, look at me, I'm footloose and fancy free, I'm running around shooting videos of me walking down a street, talking about Spider-Man on the sidewalk for about 1 minute and 23 seconds. Holy shit, that's so exciting, man. And doing casts with your girlfriend and all this other shit. Hey, whatever, man. I mean, obviously, like, it makes you happy. You like this kind of shit, and that's fine. But some of us have actually seen the darker side of you. We've seen what really goes on when you don't have your guard up, when you think that you're with people who lack character like you do, that are willing to throw their friends under the bus. I've seen you say shit to me about Connor in confidence, thinking that I'm going to throw my friend Connor under the bus. You call, like, my friend Connor here, call him insane. You don't know what his problem is. He's got a mental illness. He's mentally ill. Fuck him, all this other kind of crap. Hey, you're talking to, like, his friend, me, and you have the gall to think that I'm just going to let that fly? Fuck you. I think you're doing a little projecting.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that he says stuff like that, to be honest.
So, well, I've done enough ranting. Yeah, what else you got there, Connor?
Well, like, the messages that I received from Fake Host earlier today.
Well, talk about that. Talk about some of the stuff that he said to you in the Google chat that we 100+ members are in, give or take, at any time. Tell us, like, some of the stuff that was said.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that, and obviously the Facebook chat that we were in, just us three. Fake Host once, I recall he once said that I was sick to my face on a Facebook chat, so I could actually see that message for myself. Him calling me sick because I exposed a rather pathetic plan as I said earlier, to call someone's school about their behaviour, then
No, wait. Tell people what, without giving names, of course. What was the gist? You mentioned that calling somebody's school about their behavior. What could that possibly be about? Would explain that to the listeners so that they understand just how fucked up this person is.
well, yeah, I mean, obviously, because I'm not fake host, I don't know the meticulous details of this incredible plan that he had, but as far as I was...
Well, what we have heard about, but because he contacted you and I and told us about what he was going to do, and you and I both were like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's so stupid.
Yeah, he was going to plan on calling someone's school because they were basically sending him hate messages. Hate messages from his perspective, the fake host perspective.
Yeah.
Leaving comments on his videos, making videos, Facebook pages.
And by the way, if I may interject, I know who this troll is, and he is like a little fucking cunt. He looks like a little girl, and he likes to dress up like Doctor Who and stand in front of the TARDIS. I mean, he just looks like a little douchebag, and he's kind of been a troll in the community for a while. I guess, like, on some level he thinks he's cool or something, but he looks like a little twat, really. So, and he's a member of the other group that we won't name, but he knows what a little fucking douchebag he is. But go ahead, Connor. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the fake host called me sick for exposing that. So to that member on the other side, you can actually thank him for that, because I'm pretty sure that this guy is insane enough to do it. Yeah, then, as I said, as you mentioned with the anxiety, the fake host claimed that I should take some pills because I'm getting overexcited because of my anxiety. If I'm correct, the fake host works in the medical field. So I shouldn't have to tell him that excitement doesn't come with anxiety. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I mean, any fucking idiot could pretty much work that out. So I'm not quite sure why he kind of connected the dots with some form of excitement that he saw within my messages to a fairly, at the time, small issue that I had with anxiety. So, I mean, I don't want to get into the specifics of the of why he's so wrong in what he says, but I mean, he did claim that because I was getting overexcited, I should take pills for my anxiety, and then there were other instances, as we keep going back to the voicemail, where he's mental, he's unstable. What's this kid's problem? All sorts of really vile stuff said by the fake host. It is quite repetitive when you think about it, what he actually says, because despite several times me proving this guy wrong in that I'm not actually mental and that I am actually fairly what's the word? Fairly intelligent and fairly not mental. It's quite astonishing that he keeps going for the mental slant on attacking or bullying or whatever, character assassinating me. So yeah, I mean, just in general, I just think it's very, 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 very strange that he keeps going for that kind of slant. And as Mike said, I think it might be in turn a bit of projecting from the fake host. So, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, I can prove anything, but like I said, anything that we say can be proved. But
that's the one thing everyone needs to remember. It's at the end of the day, the fake host and everyone else can try to discredit what we've said here, but don't be fooled by that fact. We have the proof, and we are willing to show this proof.
Yeah.
It's like we're not hiding it. We're withdrawing the names of these people because we are not trying to attack anyone. We're not doing this out of malicious intent. We are doing it to clear the air to the fact that we are not the aggressors here.
Yeah, I mean, we all three of us could just, like, fuck off out of this community and, like, just not really care and look back at it anyway. But again, like we said last night, very concisely on the air, we are here because we want to, number one, more important than fake host, we don't want to make it all about him. You know, I understand, like, last night, tonight, we were dealing with that particular issue. We're moving on with the next cast with things. We're going to have guests. We're going to be dealing with different controversial topics, different fights going on within the community. And, you know, we're going to have, like, some people coming in. We always want to make sure that this is entertaining, though. We don't fucking want to come on here and talk about, you know, oh, did you hear the news about who could possibly be Spider-Man or the fucking Avengers or whatever? No offense, David. I know you're a comic book fan, but you know, like, some of these monotonous casts we got in where it was like the same fucking boring ass shit over and over and over again on some of these shows that happen to talk about everything. So
yeah, it's even like, and I'm a superhero guy, I'm a sci-fi guy, but you know, there are only so many times you can talk about the same exact thing, the same subject, and just trying to pull new theories out of your ass every single time and see which one can get you a few more views.
yeah, there's only so many times, for example, that you know, let's just say, like, one can hear you talk about how your good friend writes for Spider-Man all the time, and you're good friends with them.
Yeah, and that makes you an authority on the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, apparently, from what he said to you, man, I guess he course-corrected your ass on that one cast.
Apparently
I say that in jest, of course, man.
Apparently, woe betide me, for I am not worthy to stand in the presence.
Hey, man, I know the guy that writes Spider-Man, so I know everything about the Marvel Universe. I never read one DC comic book ever in my life because...
Wait a minute, hold on. It's only, where is it?
What do we got going on here?
Hold on. I'm gonna.
Don't be playing any audio. Okay.
I'm not playing any audio.
Yeah, it's copyrighted.
Right there.
All right.
Oh no, it was meant to say badass, but never mind.
God damn.
Oh,
Can
here
it
we
say
go.
Can you make it say I'm a fake fucking host and a douchebag, and I've got like 10,000 subscribers, but I only have like 3 guest members that show up on my show with any regularity?
Here's your thumbnail for the video. On. There you go.
Badass spotted.
Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yep.
A fellow fan of logic and reason and critical thinking. Huh. You know, the very 3 traits that somebody we know
not possess.
someone we know happens to lack.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Connor, I mean, aren't you worried that you're going to the lake of fire? Because, I mean, I know, like, much like Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's an atheist, like you and I are.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I idealistically I want to do is dance with the eagles in heaven. But I think I'm gonna burn in the lake of fire. Maybe the rapture will get me. I don't know.
Why didn't they take the Eagles to Mount Doom?
Yeah, sorry, that
Well,
wasn't an intentional Lord of the Rings reference, by the way.
Well, see, like an older guy like me, when you say the Eagles and you're talking about hell and stuff like that, I'm thinking about like the band the Eagles from the '70s and their album Hell Freezes Over. So you see what I did there with that? So you kids probably never heard of the Eagles, have you?
No, I haven't.
I've heard of the
I
Eagles.
feel like an idiot.
You assholes! Are you serious? You never heard of the Eagles?
I have heard of the Eagles.
But
I've heard of them, but I mean, come
I'm
on, man.
not fucking
God.
educated.
but all our inexperience of music aside,
I mean, Hotel California, what a hit, what a record.
My favorite song they did was Hotel Lasagna.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, classic.
That was a big hit. Or the one I think they had a song called like Oh My God, I've got gorilla hair on the backs of my knuckles. That's another one of the songs that they did.
Also, yeah, just on a personal note with fake hairs, can I recommend some moisturizer for that face because it's looking incredibly oily and it's quite distracting. I mean, the gleaming light on your face and stuff when you present the shows that you do, it's quite distracting. I mean, we know that you follow Jesus, but you know, unlike Jesus, you don't have to have light beaming out of your face or your entire anatomy every moment of the day. So please get some skin products to get rid of that quite honestly weird-looking oily skin syndrome that you seem to have.
Well, you know, let's not be hating, Connor. You know, like some people they can't help whatever their infirmities happen to be, but they can help with their fucking douchebag or not. That's what we're trying to talk about tonight. Is you know, people may be fucked up. They may have a proclivity of leaning towards wearing like polo shirts of varying colors depending on what day of the week it is. But you know, we can accept that. I mean, we accept like some of the little quirks of our friends with stuff. But I mean, somebody being a backstabber or throwing people under the bus, that's something that you can't forgive. That's some bullshit right there. So
I've just got to say thank you to the troll for some of the comments.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that would have been what I would have said originally. For some of the comments in this group chat that we seem to be a big part of. So yeah, thank you to the troll for those.
Well, I was going to say also that yes, we were contacted by someone who I don't want to speak for everyone. I'm just speaking for myself, but somebody that I've never really had a problem with personally. Thank you for contacting us. We are going to do a show with you. In fact, the next show, if you'd like, and you can come on and. Whoever would like to be on can be on. Whoever doesn't want to be on, they can do that as well. But you will definitely be able to come on, have your say. No one's gonna fucking shit on you. You know, people are gonna have opinions. We can go one-on-one with dialogue with each other. That's cool. But we also have another guest that's gonna come on that I think that may have something to say that may be not necessarily a big fan of yours. So. If you want to come on, that's cool. You know, you're going to have your say-so. You're going to be respected. You're going to have your time to talk. And anyone's going to be able to come on here and talk about shit. So if you want to come on, that's fine. Anyone out there that wants to come on is fine as well. And thank you. We're probably going to wrap this up now. I know it's getting a little bit late. And we're not going to have, like, the marathon 2 hours and what was it, like 35-minute session we had last night?
Yeah.
But again, thank all of you. We even though we don't really give a shit about views or subscriptions and all that kind of stuff, if you feel the compulsion to subscribe and if you're entertained by our product that we're putting out, by all means keep watching. And we do thank you. We really do. We don't have to disagree with people either. But if everyone is entertained by the content of our show, then we've done our jobs. But primarily, we're doing this for our own fun. So if you happen to have fun and you're joining in on the ride with us, then I appreciate that. I think I speak for all of us. We all really appreciate that. And if not, and that's cool too. So that's fine. But one thing I'm going to say before we go, again, the Who Show and Who Wars on Facebook, they're our fucking bros. So go check them out. And I'm going to tell you one thing. That Annika has got a sweet ass. I like that bitch, Annika. So,
Shit.
you know, yeah. Shit! I didn't even, I don't think I said Connor Farley and David Anderson tonight, did I? Didn't we just go into the show?
I don't know.
No,
Yeah, who cares?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
who cares? I can sleep at night.
For me, guys, thank you, Who Wars, thank you, Who Show, for the support. I mean, it is a little bit difficult going through this, especially with the Real Borefest cast being the first podcast I was a part of, and then this happening. It's very, very a difficult transition for me, but thank you guys for all your support and anyone who sticks by me during this and who knows me at heart as a real honest guy, and I would have nothing to gain by lying to any of you. I don't even know you people, so what would I have to gain by lying?
Well, and let's be honest, this isn't exactly a feed the children plea for like, oh, send us money, or an ASPCA like abuse pets, like please adopt them, send money to us so we can take care of them sort of pleading. We're on here having fun with people. But we do appreciate the fact that you tune in. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just thanking everyone who likes when people put out entertaining content, and that's what I do here on YouTube, and that's why I think Connor, Mike, and I, that's the one thing we share. We put this content out because we enjoy what we do. We don't do it for records. We don't do it. We don't do it for views. We don't do it for subs. We don't do it for records. We do it because we love it, and that's it.
Now, let me ask you something, David. Do you want to announce your YouTube channel and maybe direct some people over there if you'd like?
All right, guys. My YouTube channel is under the name Darth Cinema. Darth as in Darth Vader, and of course, Cinema. You'll find many, many videos across many different topics. I am currently doing a reaction series now to the popular web show Ruby, which is an anime series, and I will also be doing a little bit more videos on upcoming films during this winter and in the upcoming year, which you can look forward to my probably fanboy rant, good rant on Star Wars Episode 7. So, if you guys want to go over there, I just hope you enjoy.
And actually, on the subject of movies, I'm pretty sure that Mike will definitely be on board with this. The debatable movie of the year is coming out in the United States. I believe today. Is it, Mike, or is it tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Well, technically it's 1:30 a.m. my time, so it is today. I've already got tickets to the 8 p.m. showing with my lady friend, so we will be there. But as much as a Bond fan as I am, you are speaking of Spectre, no doubt.
Well, yeah, I'm not speaking of Star Wars or anything, am I?
Well, I'm going to have to disappoint both you and I and say I'm sure Star Wars is going to be the movie of the year. But that Bond film is very solid, and it's holding its own, I'm sure. By the end of the year, we will see that. And but Star Wars, man, that's a juggernaut. No one's going to, go up against that and be able to come out on the winning side. Come on. We got to be honest about that.
The only thing I'm going to say before I leave is that Warner Brothers, I read an article, Warner Brothers was saying how they're going all in with Batman vs Superman, how it's going to break records, and I just laughed. And I'm looking at Star Wars. I'm going, yeah, bitch, please, you ain't touching that. We all know Batman is one of my favorite superheroes. He ain't coming close to Star Wars. Regardless of how
Yeah.
you feel. Even Mike's not the biggest Star Wars fan out there, but I think we all know that.
David, you know I joke about things. I grew up watching Star Wars. I've loved those movies. People forget, like, I portray a character sometimes getting around on casts, being a little bit more exaggerated than how I really am. But it's entertainment. But no, I love the Star Wars movies. I'm not like somebody that's like, oh, you know, fuck that shit. I kid around about stuff. I am a real Bond fan more than Star Wars, but I grew up watching those movies like a lot of people did, man. So yeah, I love those.
All right, well, that's gonna be it for me because it is too late for this. Like, I'm lucky that I'm even awake right now. So.
All right, well, I guess time to wrap this up. Do you have anything more, David?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, Connor, buddy, you got anything?
No. So I suppose it's, as always, take care, fuck off for now.
And I want to say one thing before we go. Annika, I love you. You're a saucy little whore, and that ass will be mine soon. So, anyways, again, don't forget Who Show, Who Wars, Darth Cinema, and, well, fuck, let's give a plug for Steam Turd and say amberstreet.com as well, because he's one of our old buddies. So, go to amberstreet.com and, you know, kick him a couple of bucks, because he could probably use it, from what I've heard. So, anyways, thanks for your time. Your time's precious. I hope that we have thoroughly entertained you, at least to some degree at this point. And if not, maybe on the next cast, even more so. So, thank you, everyone, and bye for now, motherfuckers.